In rural Sri Lanka, smallholder dairy farmers widely believe that milk production drops during the rainy season due to the weather alone, especially during the monsoon months of November and December. While weather does play a role, the real reasons behind the decline in milk yield are far more complex. The key factors contributing to this seasonal drop are nutrition, disease, housing conditions, and farmer management practices, rather than just the rain itself. Let's take a deeper look at what's really happening and how farmers can address these issues. A dairy cow's milk yield is directly linked to its nutrition and energy intake. During the rainy season, several challenges arise. Heavy rains often lead to flooding of grazing lands, making it difficult for cows to graze. Many dairy farmers rely on open grazing, but muddy and waterlogged pastures limit access to quality grass. Even if grass is available, it contains too much moisture and not enough dry matter, making it less nutritious. This leads to an overall energy deficit in cows. Unlike commercial dairy farms, smallholders do not store silage or hay. This means that when fresh grass becomes scarce or nutritionally poor, cows have no alternative feed to maintain milk production. Dairy farmers should focus on fodder conservation techniques such as silage making and hay storage before the rainy season begins. A mix of green fodder, dry fodder, and concentrates can help maintain milk production. With rain comes mud, humidity, and damp conditions, creating the perfect environment for bacteria and diseases to thrive. Some of the most common health issues faced by dairy cows in the rainy season include mastitis, hoof infections, and digestive issues. Constant exposure to wet and dirty conditions increases the risk of mastitis, causing pain and inflammation in the udder. This leads to a drop in milk yield and even milk rejection due to poor quality. Cows walking in muddy, unhygienic conditions often develop hoof problems, lameness, and foot rot, which cause stress and discomfort, further reducing milk production. Eating excessive young, watery grass without proper fiber intake can cause bloating, diarrhea, and indigestion in cows, affecting their overall health. Dairy farmers must improve hygiene and disease management by keeping sheds dry, cleaning udders before milking, and ensuring cows have a clean, dry place to rest. A comfortable cow is a productive cow. However, during the rainy season, many traditional cattle sheds fail to protect cows from extreme wet and muddy conditions. Many dairy farmers do not provide roofed, well-drained sheds for their cows. Continuous exposure to cold rain and wind causes stress, reducing milk production. Wet and dirty floors increase the risk of falls and injuries, discouraging cows from moving freely and affecting their feeding behavior. Improve housing conditions by ensuring proper roofing, good drainage, and dry bedding. Elevate sheds to prevent waterlogging and use materials like sand or dry straw to keep floors dry and comfortable. A well-managed reproductive cycle ensures consistent milk production. However, during the rainy season, dairy farmers fail to detect heat signs in cows due to muddy and slippery conditions, leading to missed breeding opportunities. Delays in artificial insemination mean that fewer cows are pregnant at the right time, resulting in fewer fresh cows in peak lactation. Dairy farmers should improve heat detection practices, work closely with veterinary officers for timely artificial insemination services, and plan breeding cycles to ensure cows are freshening at the right times. The rainy season also brings hardship for farmers. Continuous rain, flooded areas, and muddy fields make fodder collection and cattle management difficult. Many dairy farmers reduce their efforts in feeding concentrates or mineral supplements, thinking fresh grass is enough, which is a misconception. Milking routines are affected, fearing that excessive movement might cause cows stress. General hygiene and disease control may be neglected, allowing problems like mastitis to go unnoticed. Dairy farmers need to stay proactive in feeding, supplementing minerals, maintaining hygiene, and milking regularly, regardless of the weather. While it's true that weather plays a role, the biggest reasons for low milk production in the rainy season are nutritional deficiencies, disease outbreaks, poor housing, delayed breeding, and reduced farmer efforts. By making small but important changes in feeding, shelter, and health management, farmers can maintain stable milk yields, even during the monsoon season. Key takeaways for dairy farmers include preserving fodder before the rainy season, ensuring clean, dry, and comfortable housing for cows, preventing diseases through good hygiene, improving breeding and heat detection to avoid delays in calving, and maintaining proper feeding and concentrate supplementation despite the rain. If dairy farmers in rural Sri Lanka can shift their mindset from blaming the weather to improving their management practices, they can increase milk yields even in the rainy season. Education, training, and better extension services can help debunk this myth and create a more productive dairy industry.